Shalom. Well, I hope everybody is well. I thought I would talk a bit about all the decoding going on. Pretty significant. I want to talk in my little echo chamber here. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. So, right now I got 0 people. Oh, I got 1 person in the chat. Well, whoever you are, welcome. Hi, Birdie Bear. Hi, True Spirit. Echo, echo. Good to see you, Birdie Bear. Blessings. So, I am a unique person. There's only one Todd Rushton on the whole planet. Hi, Carrie. Good to see you, my friend. Oh, I've been thinking about you. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about you, Carrie. I hope you are well. I have been working. I've been trying really hard to pay the bills, but I miss everybody and I miss doing these videos. And in fact, I had to work the Sabbath. It really upset me to work the Sabbath. And it upset me to have to do what I had to do to pay the bills, and I'm not liking it. I'm not trusting my Father, and I should be. So blessings to everybody. We're all here. Frank's here. Awesome, Frank. Good to see you. Yeah, my wife Sharon had sewn this or knitted this. She's very talented. So let me get right into this. This video is called Decoded. So I premiered all of the classic decoders. Ball Earth Lie YouTube channel. I should have promoted his channel as well, and Franchot Blue, which used to be Franchot Pearson. Yeah. On Charlie Kirk ordeal. Yes, Charity. So here's my take on this. And that's what I'm going to talk about. CK, Clark Kent, Caitlin Collins. I mean, the CK coding is pretty intense. C being the 3rd letter, K being the 11th, 3 times 11, 33. 1/3 of heaven fell to earth and landed on Mount Harmon. They say the whole world's a stage. It is. Captain Kirk, yes, absolutely. Calvin Klein. When they say the whole world's a stage, they're not kidding. And part of my heart, I should just say this, okay, if you consider yourself a Christian, you're following the modern day name Jesus, which his true name is Yeshua. If you're following his footsteps, then we act out of love and kindness and forgiveness and no anger, no malevolent deceit, just truth, right? How do I stop this channel from popping up? Well, Dooney, I would imagine you could block my channel. I feel that you're blessed if you are in this channel because I just speak truth and the world needs some truth, Dooney. So that's up to you. But I do believe there are no coincidences. So if you found this channel, maybe you should just check it out. Listen to what I have to say or not. We all given free will. You look like Jesus, 3 stars. Jesus is the breath. You see a Yahuwah, Yahuwah out of the Sefer. His name, the Ruach, means breath, and he comes in his father's name and is Yahshua. And every time you breathe, it's Yah. So you actually say his name every time you breathe. Hallelujah. And Israel. I'm going to talk about Israel as well. Thank you for the, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Absolutely. Yeah. So, Cool Cat Rain, I'm going to talk about that. What about Yahushua, the son that comes in his father's name, Yahuwah? J never entered the alphabet to 500 years later. Jesus is an acronym of his name. And so may you be blessed with this message. So Charlie Kirk's death was a definite ritual. His birth date and other dates match up perfectly with the eclipses. Mike Housego is one of the moderators on this channel, and he does eclipse codes. So Barack Obama's statue was erected in Sin City in Legacy Park on the eclipse of the Southern Hemisphere. And so when we understand that the erection of these statues and these monuments and these rituals, they are all celestially tied in because they worship the creation, not the creator. So this occult that runs this world, the Jesuits, Freemasons, Mossad, Homeland Security, CSIS, Council of Foreign Relations, the Bilderbergs, the Vanderbilts. Speaking of Vanderbilts, how does Anderson Cooper, Aleister Crowley, A-lister sound? So, Jesus Emmanuel, yes. Yeah, Isha, yes. Michael, absolutely. Charlie Kirk was a saint or he wasn't. We'll never know. And if we operate in faith and truth and we could admit our ignorance, then I think we would walk in truth and trust in the process. Yeah. Nobody got shot, man. Why are you saying that, Matt? Yeah, so that's the thing is his shirt puffed up. So if you watch, and I've done lots of decodes, there's 3 guys out there that are part of theater and a part of psychological operations with CIA, and they said that the blood packet would be about here, and it would give off a charge, and it would hit the neck, and it would splurt out. And so WWF, they all play with these blood packs and all of that. So South Africa, it's raining. Hi, Dare Daily. Blessings to you. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's a hoax. So lame, probably a flat earther too, Larry says. Oh, how interesting that somebody would say that. So I'm going to let me just catch up with the chat. With 133 in the chat, it's going to be hard to keep up with the chat, but let me just see. When was the last time you smile? How about right now? Okay. It's a Jedi. Yeah. Okay. So this is a sweater my wife knitted. So I'm going to not pay attention to the chat. So forgive me if I'm not paying attention to the chat. I'm just going to talk a bit about this and get started here. So Kirk's funeral, September 21st, 2025, is going to be a partial solar eclipse. Donald was born on a blood moon. The Ayatollah of Iran was born on a blood moon. And Benjamin Netanyahu was all born on blood moons. Solar eclipses. They're all tied in together. The 22nd day of Tishri, Saturday, October 7th, 2023, was when the War of Israel started. And the 22nd day of Tishri was also Charlie Kirk's birthday. Charlie meaning man. He always wore freedom on his shirt, and spoke of freedom. I named my Global Freedom Party on Telegram, which I encourage you all to subscribe to. There's a cache of information there. I have 2 Global Freedom Party channels on Telegram. James, the middle name. James was the first martyr in the New Testament, and Kirk meaning church. Charlie, the martyr, the first martyr, church, Kirk. Charlie Kirk, church, was murdered. The eclipse on October 14th, 2023, and the eclipse on April 8th, 2024 left a sign. We would call it the sign of Jonah. O you evil, adulterous generation, you shall seek a sign and not be given a sign except for the sign of Jonah. When those 2 eclipses came over America in 2023 and 2024, October 14th and October 8th, it left a Aleph and a Tav. I am the Aleph and I am the Tav. I am the first and the last. I am the Alpha and Omega in Greek. And it left over those celestial heavenly bodies moving over America a sign where exactly where the cross is where they took those red heifers and brought them to Israel to burn, to use those ashes for cleansing the priests that would build the third temple. Furthermore, they went over towns called Nineveh, the sign of Jonah. He went into Nineveh. The second thing is Little Egypt, or Salem. Went over many towns of Salem and Little Egypt. So this decode was done and should be done by Stephen Fletcher. There was 2 decodes done by Charlie Kirk's death, both of which are highly significant, including, which should be noted, that when he fell over, his ring on the marriage ring, the ring moved from this ring to his pinky ring. Prince Charles, he's not my king. My king does not reign in this world. That pinky ring, it went from his middle ring, his wedding ring, to his pinky ring as he fell over, where a lot of people suggested CGI. The blood pouch popping in his shirt, and then his arterial wound and him falling over. Even if you are beheaded, if your head was cut off right now, your eyes would be open, you'd be trying to speak, and you would be conscious. Having your blood taken out of your brain doesn't stop you from going, oh my goodness, I'm dying, saying something, anything. He literally just collapsed. Now, I'm not, and I'm going to talk about this, the most critical part of this video. My last video of Charlie Kirk took 2 days to upload. I realized at that point, when I looked at others that decoded Charlie Kirk's death, that Mossad or Google, Adrenochrome search engine, Adrenochrome search engine with the 666 in its logo, and the Gmail logo with the Freemason apron on its logo are censoring humanity regarding psyops. All psyops, they're censoring. So it took 2 days for my video to load, and I realized it wasn't meant to be. I deleted it. But those that caught that live video, you would have seen these things that I'm going to say again. This is what I'm saying. The post came out at 4:07 with CNN. Gematria Effect News has done it. Joseph Aquaviva 222 have done it. And The Illusion have all heavily decoded CK's death. Charlie Kirk's death. Kill in ordinal Gematria is 44, 17 in reduction, and 64 in reverse. Shooting equals 44, 109 in reverse. Charles James Kirk equals 64. Transgender equals 64. Mass shooter equals 44 and 64 in reverse reduction. All of these things that you could look at are on Gematria Nader calculator. For those people that aren't catching up to the chat or have a hard time, let me just say this. If you want to do your own Gematria calculators, and I encourage you to do this, you could type in Gematria Nader or Gematria calculators, and one is Gematria Nader. And they have an archive of everything that's been decoded in Gematria. Gematria is where numbers are letters and letters are numbers. A being 1, B being 2, C being 3. Okay? It's to cause him to lose control of his body, yeah. Whatever happened to Charlie Kirk, it is a ritual. There's no doubt about it. Whether he was part of the club or not, we'll never know. And we are told not to judge anyone, lest we be judged. But let me continue on. Catholic School, 44th parallel. Election date, Tuesday, November 2024 to September 10th, 2025 was 44 days, 44 months and 1 day. So when you look at these rituals that are heavily coded, a lot of people would automatically say to themselves, oh, Charlie was part of the club. He was promoting pro-Israel or Zionist Christianity. Let me just say this. That's what I always talk. Do you believe in Yeshua, the Hamashiach, the son of Yahweh, who came to earth to teach us? If you do, then you know he said this clearly. I come to fulfill the law, not to bring a new law. So he operated in the Old Testament. He operated in the law, the Torah, not the Talmud, the evil Zionists' doctrine, man-made laws that no one can keep. He came and he said, I come to fulfill the law, that it would be fulfilled. There is no new law. He has not changed. The law has not changed. You are not to eat pork. You are to keep the Sabbaths holy. You are to love one another. And he said to the Sadducees and Pharisees of the day, you evil den of vipers, O you evil den of vipers, if your animal falls in a pit on a Sabbath, would you not go and take your animal out of that pit on a Sabbath? He said, is it better to heal on a Sabbath? And he asked the Sadducees before healing the man, I'm going to heal this man. What do you say about healing on the Sabbath? Is it sacrilege to heal on a Sabbath? You see, when he called the den of vipers, Sadducees and Pharisees, these people that act like snakes and vipers, they were. They were already in Talmudic Zionist principalities. They were already heavily infiltrated by the Babylonian doctrines. And they were already influenced by Babylonian/Luciferian stone carvers at the time, the Freemason stone carvers. Narrow way, yes, narrow way. Everybody repent. The narrow way is a good channel to watch. Very good people in that YouTube channel, and we are to follow the law, the Torah, the Ten Commandments. So let me talk a bit more about Charlie Kirk's death. CK, Charlie Kirk. Caitlin Collins, 33 years old. C, the third letter, K being 11th, there's your 33. April 7th, 1992 equals 32. 3 2s. We've seen the sports jerseys of all these guys with 3 2s on it, or 2 3s, 33, all day long, coded by Freemason Jesuit monsters. Then when you look at the basketball player, Caitlin Clark, same thing, 23 years old. Her age is the same thing, 2 3, right? January 22nd, 2002. So let me just say this. The world is a stage, and everything is staged. Every single thing, longitude, latitudes. Now, if the Holocaust, Auschwitz, lines up perfectly with the JFK assassination in the Freemason Square, where he was shot in the back of the head, let me remind you how many neck injuries have taken place in just recent history since George Floyd riots. Didn't Ashley Babbitt get shot in the neck? Had an arterial bleed. She fell backwards on her knapsack. The guy who caught her gave the thumbs up to the guy in the Senate House Committee. And they dragged her down the stairs with no pool of blood. And she was buried, what? Not in Arlington Cemetery. No, she was buried at sea, like Osama bin Laden. The arterial knee on the neck with the Freemason Jesuit crisis actor George Floyd. Do you understand what I'm saying? That the neck is significant, and that if you go watch Gematria Nader, if you go watch Decoding with Cody or Joseph Aquaviva 222 or The Illusion, you'll see that the significance of a neck and ritual death, birth date, death date, longitude, latitudes. So if the archway, Bale of Arch at Auschwitz barbecue was perfectly lined up with JFK's assassination to Cleopatra's Needle and, need I say, the Georgia Guidestones, that you have to understand how complex and how intelligent and how evil of a creation that we're dealing with here. These malevolent creatures are highly intelligent and extremely malevolent. The Sabbath, the fourth commandment, is Saturday. Yes, the seventh day, when the day begins at dawn. Yeah. Yes. And so, hey, Darth Vader, good to see you. Even the word Darth Vader, believe it or not, in Star Wars, Luke, I am your father, you know, all of that. Star Wars is heavily decoded. Star Trek's heavily coded. Heavily coded. Yoda was a deity. Don't get me started on the Darth Vader, Star Wars, Star Trek stuff, but let me just say this. The Zionists out of Babylonian, they've destroyed everything that was created here. They run this world. They are out of Israel. They are not Hebrews. They are not the chosen ones. They say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. They are destroying Palestine. It is almost complete, where there is nothing left of Palestine. They are continuing their murderous rampage on a global attempt to depopulate the world, and they're doing a fine job at it. Albert Pike, a 33-degree Mason, just like Donald Trump, born on the blood red moon, and his hero, his pastor, Mr. Peel, was a 33rd-degree Mason and a Shriner as well. They've infiltrated a lot of the churches, and they've infiltrated all industry, all media, all governments, and they are continuing on what Albert Pike described in his letters of a third world war. Now, this goes back to the Fatima prophecy in Portugal, where the 3 children in the field saw an angel, and they were prophesied of 3 things that would happen, that at the end of that war, there would be a third one if Russia did not repent, and there was a second world war. And the third prophecy, the third Fatima prophecy, was given, and Pope John Paul spoke of it. Why tell the world? It would only scare them. It would only terrify them. It would serve no purpose. Pope John Paul is heavily decoded as well. And this being the last pope, the Roman, which he clearly said he is the Roman, it is end times eschatology unfolding on many different levels. Yeah. Yes, they diluted and polluted everything in a Babylonian capture, right? And we know this. This guy's a whack. Goodbye. Well, Adrena, 36, take care. If you can't keep up, that's okay. No brain, no pain. You know, a lot of people cannot handle the truth. But the truth is that this entire world is heralded. And many that watch my channel know what's coming, see these things, understand them clearly, that these are prophetic. So if the eclipses line up and the solar and celestial motions of the stars, the wanderers, are accurate, that we're watching the world unfold in absolute perfection. And so for those people that are operating in hate and malevolence, woe unto you. What is the end to your misery, that you would hope and wish and look forward to the great and terrible day of our Father? This is a solemn and very serious event, and many are cheering on the death of Charlie Kirk. And I say this to all of these people who would act so poorly. Shame on you, even if it is a psyop, that you would act like that and say, yeah, they killed somebody, yay. But it says in the end times that there'll be many that their hearts will wax cold and they'll have no love for one another. They'll be boastful, braggarts, lovers of themselves, and they can't keep truth in their heart. They will not comprehend truth. They will be given over to their delusion, their reprobate minds. It's my right to an abortion. It's my right to have transgender children as young as 4 years old. And the insanity will continue. And we'll watch this. And for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, it'll be most painful to watch. Be ready. Be always looking and praying without ceasing. I say this to Ekman on his YouTube channel. We are given power and authority through prayer. The rod iron of our mouth, we would speak plainly and clearly and pray against the enemy constantly for protection, in belief that we would be protected, that he would charge his angels. You cry out to the heavens, to our Creator, and you say, Father, protect me, guide me, teach me, feed me. Give me understanding, give me knowledge. Let me understand your mind and your heart. King Solomon asked for wisdom and received wisdom, but not the heart. The heart holds the wisdom, not the mind. That's intelligence, not wisdom. And there's a big difference between knowing right from wrong and knowing how to calculate pi r squared. Face with a humble and contrite heart. Many of us have been deceived for so long. I understand now why people would want to go back into Egypt and just build bricks again, because they had 3 square meals a day and they didn't have to worry about nothing. But for those Hebrews that walked in the desert and trusted in the Father, that they would rain manna down upon them. When they prayed for quail, they were given quail. When they were given everything that they asked, they still did not believe. And they come up to the crossing of the Red Sea and they're like, what? You brought us to the Red Sea only for the Pharaoh to come and murder us? And those with little faith would marvel at the one after another miracle that was beyond our comprehension that they would witness, and still not be in faith. As the Red Sea would part and they would walk dry earth onto the other side of the Red Sea, where to this day you could go and scuba dive and see horse bones, human remains, chariots gilded with gold of Egyptian origins, and ponder on what it would have been like to see that Red Sea open, crossing it, and then see it swallowed up on the Pharaoh and his army. And when they walk up to Mount Sinai, they still, with little or no faith, say, give us bread, give us food, give us quail. We do not believe, we do not comprehend. And they wandered in the desert till that generation would not see the promised land because they were not worthy. They did not comprehend. They don't comprehend faith. Thank you, Birdie Bear. Thank you, Birdie Bear. I'm glad that they're not too bad today, but the trolls will continue, and that's okay. This message is for the unbelievers and the believers alike. You are all blessed. A lot of people say, you know, this religiosity, churchianity is to control man, and you are absolutely correct. Religiosity, churchianity was defiled, corrupted by man, or shall I say, by the evil Ruku oath we wore against principalities and governments in high places. If you were evil and you were trapped in a soul trap like we are, and you wanted to inhabit a body and you wanted to have demonic possession, that you would do it and you would corrupt the churches and the governments to control mankind, to devour mankind, just like in the days of the churches back then. Bring us your tithing. Put the sin on the animal and kill the animal, and you could continue sinning. Go to the Catholic Church and to confession and confess your sins. And then on Monday, go start all over again. This idea that the more you sin, the more you pray, the closer to Yahweh you become, is absurd. He said plainly, Yeshua HaMashiach said plainly, go forth and sin no more. Good to see somebody from England in here. I've seen a British flag. Britain rising. Yeah, good to see you. Steve Williams says he's waiting for the aliens to come pick him up. Let me tell you something, Steve Williams. That's gonna be the biggest deception of all. Von Braun said it best. That's the ace up the sleeve. Alien invasion. Wait till you understand the holograph technology and the Great Deception. Independence Day movie. Again, you could decode that movie all you want. There are no aliens coming to save us. We're not hybrids of some Anunnaki. If you understand the Anunnaki and Zachariah Sitchin's decoding of the Minoan tablets, you will clearly understand that that is a young writing, not an old writing. The oldest writing is the Torah, is the Paleo-Hebrew word of Yahweh. And let me just make this very clear. There are no aliens. They're not extraterrestrials. They're interdimensional beings. How did I find this out, you ask? When we watched people praying, necromancing for crop circles because they were jealous that their neighbors had crop circles, so they said, we want crop circles. So they necromanced and necromanced and necromanced for crop circles, and they got crop circles. Then they started necromancing for round, specific shapes of crop circles, and they received them as well. Thank you, Kenley. Blessings. I like it when you highlight it, at least it catches my eye. Blessings to you. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Anonymous. Great to see you. So the experiment was this, that they would experiment and necromance for crop circles and actually witness these crop circles. They were called devil circles in those days. I've seen decodes on crop circles that are amazing, where the wheat would be woven within each other, that no man made those crop circles. But just like everything in our reality, there is a duality of man-made crop circles. The phenomenon that you see in your world, that you understand and comprehend to this day, truth is stranger than fiction. Fact. It is. Here's the truth. There is an evil cabal, a hidden society that runs this world that is extremely malevolent, highly intelligent, ancient, filthy rich group of people that are literally living and breathing demons that are infiltrating every aspect of your life, bringing about biblical end times prophecies. When you go through scriptures and you say, oh, that's written by man, yes, but by design, providence, that we see things. Chuck Messler said it best, it would take a supercomputer or two supercomputers 20 years to write all of the scriptures, that they would match perfectly. For all the Gematria naders and the decoders like Illusion and Joseph Aquaviva, and even some of the atheists like Gematria Effect News 24, make it very clear that Gematria is one of the components that must be discussed, because it is Babylonian and it is most certainly given to us by the demons and the sacred texts that were defiled from ancient Hebrew to modern Hebrew. There are no coincidences that everything that you're seeing with Gematria is allowed to happen, to see the enemy's communications and their theater of war. Charlie Kirk died, or he faked his death and has gone on to a new job. Just like Rockefeller, Tom Hanks got eaten by alligators or some cannibal society and then showed up in America with an American name, Tom Hanks. Anyway you look at it, George Floyd, was he dead? Or did he fake his death and just appear at his own funeral? And then go off to a new little island somewhere and pick up a new name and a new job? You have to understand something about the crisis actors. The Boston bombing, the school shootings, Columbine shootings, and all of these things had the same crisis actors in them. I've seen pictures of the Zionists take pictures of little children with blood packs and their arms all contorted, and they got the camera over top showing you race baiting and hate baiting, psychological operations to get you to hate those Jews, to get you to hate those Christians, to get you to hate those transgender people with purple hair. When you look at it, no matter who you identify with, let me just say this: don't bite the race bait. Don't bite the hate bait. It says the meek shall inherit the earth, the ones that are in control of their faculties, that could slow things down and say, is this real? Should I be acting? Those guys killed Charlie Kirk. Is that what Yeshua would do? No. Those Christians that kissed the boots of the Black Panthers during George Floyd riots, where there's Anderson Cooper, Aleister Crowley, Antichrist, Vanderbilt, filthy billionaire CIA op with CNN saying most peaceful protests while the buildings are burning behind them. And the CIA, Mossad, Homeland Security, let's just call it Freemason Jesuit policemen, filmed from 3 stories up, placing bricks in certain areas will be the most impact for violent reactionary, not in control of your faculty theater, and that's what they did all day long. Here in Canada, we have reactionary, those who have no Ruach HaKodesh, no breath of Yahweh within them, that they hate Donald Trump, they hate Elon Musk so much that they were keying cars, Tesla cars, perfect strangers, for no reason whatsoever, because CNN told them to. I met somebody the other day who said, Charlie Kirk, yeah, there's the reasons why he was taken out. And I thought, really? What reason would that be? What rational thought would ever make any Canadian think it would be okay to murder somebody for speaking love and unity? If it's theater or not, the same question applies. Do you operate in love or hatred? Hello, Joseph. Here's a gentleman here, Joseph Aquaviva 222. Feel free, Joseph, please do, to put as much Gematria decodes in Charlie Kirk's death, as we know that his funeral is going to be on an eclipse. And as I say, if Mike Housego gets in there, he did an eclipse code as well. This is theater. This is psychological operations. This is fifth generation warfare. For those that are in the chat, watch Joseph Aquaviva's decodes. It was a ritual. It was timed perfectly. Longitude, latitudes, we'll still look at that with Google Earth, and I encourage everyone that sees this channel to participate, join forces with me in exposing this great evil. If JFK's assassination lines up perfectly with Cleopatra's Needle and Auschwitz and the pyramids and all those other functionalities in Rome, then I guarantee you, as Jonathan Kleck pointed out in his decode, that there's a pentagram in that actual stage theater. Not only that, there's a menorah, a 4-candlestick menorah, no less, not a 3-candlestick menorah. Interesting how CNN's stage during the debates had a pentagram. You see, when they build these monuments like the Pentagon, and they use a pentagram, that this is sigils. Just like the Ukrainian flag is the sigil of the Togma of the Harzarians, the ones that say they are Jews and are not but do lie. Just type in the origins of the Ukrainian flag and you will clearly see it is a sigil. It is a black magic signia. No different than the swastika being the Big Dipper spinning around the North Star. But there's those little Nazis that love their swastika. The black sun logo and the 3 skulls symbol in the Azov battalion, which is in Ukraine right now, which is all in the Finland flag. You have a swastika in the Finland flag, you say? Yes. Let those who have understanding recognize the number of the beast, for it is the number of man. Z stigmata, 666. Is it a human being? 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 electron, protons, and neutrons? A carbon molecule? Are you not a carbon-based creature? I did a decode on this crop circle that came up with silica creatures that aren't carbon. And they kind of look like Crowley's alien. The little grays, the deities that Aleister Crowley drew a picture of, these demons that some guy in the chat said they're aliens. They're not aliens. They're demons. One was called Yoda, interestingly enough. No, we're seeing this. And you are to think, be rational and say, I don't react to Charlie Kirk's death in sadness or in happiness. I say, aha, we've passed another ensign, another road on the marker. On my narrow path of discovery, I see. The thing is that we understand when they planted the Star of Rephaim on Mount Hermon, that Israel white and blue flag they planted on Mount Hermon on a very specific day, it was an ensign. It was a sign that you passed on your narrow way of reality and saying, aha, so you claim the high places, O Judah, O Israel, Isis Rael. Understand what I'm saying. There is patterns in nature. I'll give you an example of Fibonacci math. There's a sunflower. That is Fibonacci math. This is fractal math. The fractal math and the Fibonacci math that this leaf would be adjacent to this one is chaotic. It is not chaos, it is perfection. And the evil ones cannot create, only destroy. Understand, he is the creator. The one that is destroying us is jealous, the murderer, the liar, and the thief from birth. 1/3 of heaven, 33%, fell to earth. And out of malevolence, complete, agonizing, torturous jealousy, the rage continues. Now let's just look at two realities, because it's always the double slit experiment. Either Charlie Kirk was an innocent man doing his best and was infiltrated and corrupted, or Charlie Kirk was an innocent man until death, heavily coded, manipulated, and then ritually murdered, an innocent martyr. But his name, Charlie, meaning freedom, and Kirk, meaning church, clearly indicates that what he stood for, or what he was promoting, was calm, meek, control. Don't bite the race baiting. Don't bite the hate baiting. Let's reason with one another. Therefore, let us reason with one another. Oh, I say this to the Netzarim. I am a Netzarim. I follow the Nazarene, the Nazareth, the son of Yahweh, Yahushua HaMashiach. There's those that follow the guy born on December 25th out of the Vatican and the Gregorian calendar. And those are Christians. And there's many innocent, beautiful people in the Catholic and Christian community that are beautiful people. Being gaslit, manipulated into reacting to one of their own being ritually murdered on purpose or accidentally, or theater crisis actor moved on to another location and another job. We don't know. We operate in faith, and I hate no one. My anger, my righteous anger, where my fists get white and my face gets distorted, is to those who do these things. I ascribe my anger to Azazel, Halal, and the fallen angels. And it says in Scripture, subscribe all sin to Azazel, who done this deed and corrupted 1/3 of heaven to come down to earth and commit this deed until the end. That they would be ascribed, all of the sin would be given to them. For this is what we see in our reality, that every bit of this lie, propagating fear, propagating anger, propagating division, was done to vet and to procure the reactionary human response of, you killed one of our own. You martyred our Savior on the cross, brutally murdered him, brutally stabbed him in the side, ripped out his beard, punched him, scarred him, ripped his flesh open, because you hated him and the truth so much. Pay attention to Joseph Aquaviva's work. There's clear evidence of sacrificial, destroying, manipulation, theater of war. Yes. Keep the covenants, keep the commandments. Yes, narrow way. Blessings. The crusades, my friend, have started. We're in it. 33 hours of prayer, yeah. The shirts, the hats, 47, 47, 47, 4 plus 7, 11, 11, 11. Right in front of Charlie Kirk's table there, 11, 11, 11, 33. Ku Klux Klan, 33. Caitlin Clark, 23 years old, 2 3s. CC, Constitution Convention, CC, 33. Clark Kent. We could go on forever. Somebody asked me here, I just happened to catch the chat. Robbie Wood, if you are not a Christian, please tell, what are you? I am a Netzarim. The Netzarim were the first Christians who followed Yeshua, the son of Yahweh. Christianity is fine. The people in Christianity and in the Catholic Church, the majority of them are beautiful people. They follow the Christ, the Son of Yahweh. But somehow, his name went from Yeshua to Jesus. But the Jesus is an acronym of his real name. And somehow the Catholic Church started putting in all this doctrine of Hail Mary, pray to St. Joseph, St. Peter, St. Paul, and idol worship infiltrated the church, just like the Babylonians infiltrated the temple, just like King Solomon got infiltrated. Come out of her, my people, that you would rejoice. Pray for wisdom, strength, and courage to endure. The Jesuits, yes, in the early 1600s, yes, Alex. The Jesuits are the most evil empire on the planet, and they run the Bilderbergs, the Council of Foreign Relations, the International Monetary Fund, all governments, the Zionists, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, pure, beyond human comprehension evil run this world. And you are told to pray for discernment, that you would see and hear my words. We are different. We don't react to some guy getting murdered on purpose or accidentally or theater. We understand that we have all been deceived. We are all under a great deception, but we are in the apocalypse, the removal of the veil, the thinning of the veil. We are in the age where the deception will be destroyed, and you are asked, you are called by your Father. You'd be given dreams, visions, understandings that this is not our world, this is not our reality. Something's not right here. If you're watching this channel, and this has nothing to do with me, but if you comprehend and understand what I'm saying, and the narrow way would agree, and many here would agree, you are blessed in knowing that everything that you see isn't real. It's all theater. That we'd be deceived, that we're going to see a World War III, that we're going to see a lot of horrible stuff, and we are told to comfort one another, love one another, respect one another. Have discernment that you would see the deception. If Charlie Kirk was an innocent man and died, let us remind ourselves that many of us are next. If Charlie Kirk was controlled opposition, like Tommy Robertson or Russell Brand or Joe Rogan or anybody, including Donald Trump and Pierre Poilievre here in Canada and all of the controlled politicians and preachers, Be assured of this. Upon prayer and pure, humble, contrite heart in belief that he would sustain you and give you knowledge and understanding, that you would walk in faith. Do not trust the eyes. Walk in the spirit that you would see these things. Because I'm telling you, it's not coincidence that Charlie Kirk died, that he was born on an eclipse and all of this other stuff, and that CK and all of this stuff, including the stage, the date, the birth date, the anniversary of Israel's war, intertwined in his death ritual. Too many coincidences. Reality is heavily, massively coded. And we're seeing this. I'm going to say this. Nickelback's got a song. It's called Saving Me. It's called Saving Me video. And in that video, the Nickelback song's playing, and this guy gets saved from almost getting hit by a car. And then all of a sudden he sees a time clock up on everybody's head. And he's looking around thinking he's losing his mind because everybody's got a time clock and it's all ticking down. And at the last minute, he sees somebody going to get killed and he saves their life. And then he stops seeing the numbers. And I've been looking for that video for a couple years now because that, in a capsule, is exactly what's happening. You got a short time here. You're being vetted for truth and understanding that there is a creator, a divine, beautiful, loving creator, not a destroyer. For all those that mourn and mock and scoff and hate and act in their emotional level, be in peace. Faith is something so hard to put your finger on. You hang on to it tight, and you don't need much, but you can't let go. When you truly believe, and I just did this, I just went through this yesterday, none of us are worthy, none of us will ever conquer any of this without help, without love. What the F are all disgusting if you side with the hate-spewing false Christian Charlie. See, here's a Coleman guy practically judging me. He just amplifies your own hate and confusion. Good will always conquer evil. Charlie never spoke of hate. The street preachers going to LGBT communities never spoke of hate. The true ones. We speak truth, and the truth is not going to tickle your ears and say, all good people go to heaven. The chosen ones go to heaven. The ones that would call out the evil and not partake in it and say, excuse me, what you're doing is a sin. You must stop that. You must not kill. You must not do these things. And that is not hate, that is love, because we would risk our lives as Yeshua did. He was scorned by the ones he came to save. He said, you den of vipers, you've left my flock astray. You've led my people to slaughter, saying, like Aleister Crowley, do what they will, do what you want. Don't be judgmental. You want to have sex, you want to have bestiality, you want to have pornography, you want to do this, you want to do that, it's all good. He's a loving, forgiving God. He'll forgive you for everything that you do, and it's a lie. The woman who had adultery was thrown before Yeshua HaMashiach, and the rabbis tricked him, saying, Rabbi, what would you do? And he says plainly, those who have not sinned, let he who cast the first stone be one without sin. And everybody had their stones ready to stone this woman. Meanwhile, he's writing Jerusalem in the sand. And it's true. Every single one of us are sinners. Every single one of us are not worthy. But every single one of us who walk in faith will say this in truth as a Netzarim. I'm a sinner. I'm just like you LGBTQ people. I'm just like you alcoholics and you druggies and you thugs and you murderers and rapists. I'm just as evil as you. And here's the way out of this soul trap. Repent, meaning metanoia, meaning change your mind, stop what you're doing, seek Him and faith and love and truth, and go forth and sin no more. The great accuser of this world, who stands before the throne accusing my brethren hourly, daily, says this: you are a sinner, but the three fingers are pointing back. I don't accuse nobody. I'm putting up my hand and saying, I am a sinner. I am not worthy. And I am not worthy to judge any one of you, including Charlie Kirk and the guy who supposedly shot him. Charlie Kirk wasn't pointing any fingers. He wasn't saying, you're all going to hell and gonna burn because you're not like me. He wasn't saying any of that. The true preachers of Yahweh, the true word of Yahweh, is that none of us are worthy. We're all here on the same journey. We're all trying to figure this out together with love and unity and no hatred. You know what I hate? I hate the sin, not the sinner. Yahweh loves homosexuals but hates homosexuality. Big difference. There'll be no hate on this channel. I hate ignorance. I can't grab ignorance by the neck and choke it. I hate lying. I've lied. I hate my sin. I don't hate myself. I love all and everything, including what I see that stands before me, this great deception. For without this deception, I would not have the truth in my heart. And I say this to all my brothers and sisters. Charlie Kirk and the street preachers that I know, that I love, every single one of them, if they're preaching hatred and intolerance, it's trying to reach through the darkest part of society and saying, come out of her. Yeshua HaMashiach, when he was called out by the Sadducees and Pharisees, he said, why do you hang out with tax collectors and prostitutes and drunkards and all of these losers? And Yeshua answered plainly, they're the ones who need a physician. They're the ones who need the word of Yahweh. So when you see these preachers, or when you see Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk at these things and these rallies, whether it was controlled opposition or not, he was saying, tell me, you think it's okay to have an abortion? Why? It says in the book of Enoch, Hanok, that Azazel taught how to smote a child in the womb. When you see these abolitionists saying, don't kill the baby in the womb, why do you hate that person for speaking up for the unborn? It clearly says that abortion is Baal worship. Smoting the child in the womb on purpose is a sin. It means death. Sin. Okay, thanks for speaking there, roosters. The word sin is death. When you're taking a child and killing it, he had purpose for a child. You say to me, what is death? I say this to you. Spiritual death and physical death is that. It is death. It is not life. Live, spelled backwards, is evil. We are appointed once in this world, and then we die. That's it. We only got one chance at this. We only get one chance. There's no reincarnation. We got one chance. And we're going to make it right. And every one of us are wretched sinners. We've born into sin, and we're given an opportunity. This one opportunity. With 307 in the chat, give me as many thumbs up as you can. Help the algorithms. Help share this message. I would speak plainly, nothing but love and truth. No hatred towards no one. The hardest thing I had to learn was to love my enemy. Pray for the enemy, that you would heap hot coals on their head when you pray for your enemy. We were told very plainly to comfort one another, search for his arrival, speak plainly to our brothers and sisters that we would not be angry, we would not be frustrated, that we would walk in faith, that we would trust in him. All of these people that say, oh, you're intolerant, you don't like our LGBT community, you don't like how we stole the rainbow from Noah, you don't like how we have anal sex and we like having sex with children and pedophilia, where it says in the Talmud, the Zionist man-made laws, that it's okay to have sex with children as young as 3 years old and 1 day. And you don't like our behavior? Yes, we don't like your behavior. We like you, we love you, we hate your sin. When the European Union president said, quote, the Talmud is European values, it was a lie out of the pit of hell, where it says in the Talmud it's okay to have sex with children as young as 3 years old and 1 day. For the irrational mind, rational, you would say that's an abomination. A child 3 years old? Well, let's get dark and dirty here. You have Baal worship, Baal, where they take a child and murder it and burn it alive in ritual murder of their deity that they worship, Moloch, in Bohemian Grove, California, and all over the world. You're upset at me because I find your rituals, your feasts, your festivals offensive? Taking a beautiful, innocent child, crying, helpless, and burning it alive? And you think you're offended by my language? I say unto you, brethren, brothers and sisters all over the world, receive this message clearly, that if you, the fallen ones, the 33% that live in this world and hosts of bodies in principalities and high places, if you find my language offensive, that I hate your burnt offerings, your feasts, and your festivals, then so be it. Be offended. Child sacrifice and Baal worship is an offense to my Creator. Abortion is an offense to my Creator. Repent, for his time is coming. And if I sound hateful, that I can't tolerate your worship of Baphomet or Moloch or Malak or Baali, and you take my Creator's name in vain, and instead of Yahweh, you call him Lord, I am offended. His name is Yahweh. His son's name was Yeshua, Yahushua. He says, many will come to me in that day in the throne room and say, Rabbi, did I not cast out demons in your name? Did I not prophesy in your name? And he'll say, depart from me, I never knew you, you worker of iniquity. What does that mean? You come in the Christmas Jesus guy, and you cast out demons, a divided house shall surely fall. The rabbis, the Sadducees and Pharisees of old said to him this, you cast out demons in the name of Baal. He says, no. Surely I say to you, a divided house shall surely fall. A demon cannot cast out another demon. Or can they? You know, these psychic spies, or modern day terms, tea leaf readers, or crystal ball readers, or necromancers, or tarot card readers, they all have one thing in common. They speak to the spirits who know where the bodies are. If you are in witchcraft and you are given power, it is power of the enemy. And what is it given to you? Knowledge of what? The dead, not the living. And for all of those that understand witchcraft, let me say this to you. You have no authority. We are given power to trample over you and your demons. We will not go quietly into the night. We will not suppress the truth. The evil that runs this world and their minions, their little witches and warlocks that run around in Hollywood, Hollyweird, wood of holly, Hollywood, the spellcaster's wand made of wood of holly, Hollywood. Tell a lie to my vision, television. Programming, TV programming. Let me tell you, witches and warlocks, your power, your spell is broken. We are awake, we see you. You have no authority. Your time has come. The end is near. Oh, Legion, did you come here to torment me before our time? Who are you? We are Legion, we are many, we are they, them. These transgender deities, don't they speak the same language? They, them, he, her, plurality. Jigman Singh here in Canada said, oh, twin-spirited people. God made a mistake and put you in the wrong body. Sacrilege. He does not make mistakes. You are deceived, rainbow community. Oh, I want to be a girl. I want to be a boy. It's Baphomet. It's Malak. It's evil. Ishtar, transgender deity, doing the same thing that they've done for millennia. It is a sin. It has always been a sin. And it will always be a sin. And many will fall to your left, many will fall to the right, and many will be saved. Because we speak plainly. Fornication, masturbation, sure feels good. Hey, I had an orgasm, I know what it's like. It sure feels good. It's just like a good shot of whiskey. Cut up some crack cocaine. Let's do some heroin. It all feels good. But it's all poison, and it's going to kill you spiritually and physically. And if you hear this message, come out of her, my people. Of course, taboo sex feels good because it's bad. Of course, everything taboo feels good because you're the rebel. You're rebelling. You're going against the grain. But now, it's mainstream. It's the coolest thing ever. It's like buying a pair of Nikes, buying a Jordan t-shirt, going to see, hey, here's a good example, buying a Superman mug called Kal-El, Jor-El, in mocking and scoffing of our Creator. Idol worship, sports star, rock star, movie star, Hollywood star, stars on ice, fallen stars, fallen angels, fallen deity technology, all lies. If you have real eyes, you realize real lies. Come out of her. We were told that being gay is normal. It's not. It's a lie. Transgender, we want to get our children transgendered at the age of 4. They're innocent, little, beautiful children that you've told a lie to. And where do pedophiles hang out with? Children. Where do pedophiles hang out? Playgrounds and children's schools. Where do demons hang out? What do they attack? Christians. Where do they go? Churches. If we are the enemy of the enemy, then where would they go? Churches, schools. And what do? Lie. What do? Kill, murder, deceive, and operate in secret. He is the creator in truth, in creation. Halal, the true name of Lucifer, 33-degree Masons, if you're listening, you're even using the wrong name. But just like the Zionists, they take their European name and turn it into a Jewish-sounding name. And if you're in Israel and you come to America, you take your Jewish name and you turn it into an American-sounding name like Bob Dylan instead of Zimmerman, right? Because you operate in secret and lies. You see, I don't have to change my name. My name's Todd. My last name's Rushton. It's been that way, and I don't have to change my name and operate in secret. I could speak plainly to the whole world at 300 people in the chat. 137 thumbs up. Let's see how many of you guys are real. Can you give me a thumbs up, everybody that's real? Just change that algorithm from 138 to 309. Come on, YouTube. Come on, Google. They operate in secret. They operate in hatred. When they're chanting, we want our freedoms, when Donald Trump goes, fight, 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 vav, 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 666, you don't even know it. You don't even see it. When they take their blood from the victim and wash their hands with it and put it on their face and they put it on their ear and they put it on their thumb and they put it on their toe, didn't Donald Trump get blood on his ear, on his thumb, and didn't he have to put a shoe on stage? Well, you know, we got to help Israel. Those poor people in Israel, they're getting bombed by Hamas. As in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the end times. There will be Hamas, terror. You mean to tell me Israel, Mossad, didn't fund Hamas, didn't fund ISIS? ISIS Space Center, space, and people at the beginning said, oh, a flat earther. How far down the rabbit hole you want to go before you realize everything that you know is fake? You're waking up out of the matrix, just like a movie, and you're going, what? None of this is real? None of it. None of it. Faith, prayer, in faith availeth much. When you are given the Ruach HaKodesh, you are given the truth. And it does set you free. And you're no longer following the sheep to slaughter. And faith without works is dead. You can no longer be awake, in love with your Creator, and in the realm of love, walking in Yeshua's footsteps, and not go help somebody. It's just not in your nature anymore. That's what that saying means. When you love your neighbor, you'll risk your life. You'll go out into the dark recesses of the world, and you'll say, come out of her, my people. Come out of prostitution, come out of drug addiction, come out of alcohol addiction, come out of gambling, come out. You are loved. Don't listen to that lie that you are forsaken. Don't listen to that lie you'll never succeed. Don't listen to that lie that you are forsaken or forgotten. You were never forgotten. You were always loved. And those demons that operate, these principalities in high places, would make you think that he made a mistake and put you in the wrong body, that your taboo sex is so awesome that it's worth your eternal soul, that it's okay to rape and murder children. Oh, I'm a Zionist. I'm a Zionist. Do you know what a Zionist is? My fellow brethren in Christianity, in churchiosity, in Catholicism, do you understand what it means? I don't think so. Every day's a Sabbath for me now, because I know I don't know the calendar. All the calendars are wrong, every single one, including the Assyrian calendar. If you put up your hand with me and you say, I honestly don't know what day it is, then you are right. Was yesterday a Sabbath? We'll never know. I operate in faith. Do we know today's a Sunday? Gregorian calendar wise, but do we know it's the actual first day and not the seventh day? None of us know. Do we know when the end of the world is coming? No. Do we know that the end is near because we see the signs in the heavens and the behavior of all the people and the rulers all over the world and prophecy? Yes. One world government, one world religion, one world currency, copyright number 060606 called Luciferase. Thank you, Google, Dr. Bill Gates. A covenant made by many to destroy Israel, to divide Israel. The solution with United Nations. Okay. The behavior of society is telling you that we are at the end, whether it's controlled, propaganda, or not. You see, the conundrum of time travel is this. They said, quote, if you go back in time and kill your father and then you come back to the future, do you exist? The answer is no. Can you go into the future and write the future and then come back into the past and tell what's going to happen in the future? The answer is no. Why? Because in prophetic utterances, it changes the timeline if you knew what the time was. If I told you tomorrow you're going to get a flat tire and you're going to pull off to the side of the road and get hit by a car, whatever you do, don't go to work tomorrow because you're going to die. You might inadvertently decide not to go to work and change the course of history. The prophetic utterances out of the Torah, out of the Bible, is that the prophetic utterance is so perfect that you would walk in faith by looking at history that way and saying, aha, this has come to pass. And then the prophetic utterances in the future, you would say, if all of that is true, this also must be true. Faith. You're given all the archaeological evidence of all of those things that said were prophetic utterances that happened. Okay, so now if you look at the enemy, you have to be logical. Be logical, brothers and sisters. Look at what are they doing with this predictive programming and this Charlie Kirk getting ritually murdered? What are they doing with that? What's the purpose? To control you, to get you reacting. When they showed that black man murdering that white woman, that Ukrainian, on a bus, where the guy just murdered her for no reason, hate bait. They really want us to kill each other. They want a war. They're antagonizing, gaslighting the entire world right now. I told you this in many of my videos. It's going to take one straw that breaks the camel's back. One piece of straw at a time. Eventually, that becomes a half a ton of straw on that camel. And eventually, one straw too much and that camel's back is going to break. Don't bite the race baiting. This Manchurian candidate syndrome has been thoroughly, absolutely perfected. Manchurian candidate, what does that mean? That, yeah, they brought these prisoners back and they thought they were brainwashed and were sleeper cells that they'd say, Rosebud. And then all of a sudden they turn into killers and kill people. Well, that's happened. That's what we're dealing with. Manchurian candidates. MK Ultra. Mind control ultra. People controlled, period. Jesse the Body Ventura had a conspiracy channel, and he said, and this is very real, they hypnotized the guy. I'm going to use the code word Rosebud. And when I say Rosebud, you're going to walk with a limp. Okay, wake up. The guy's awake. Oh, okay, what was that all about? Okay. So then there's Jesse the Body Ventura walking with this guy. He gets a phone call. He picks it up. The phone call says, Rosebud. Oh, that's weird. Hung up. And he starts walking with a limp, and he's walking with a limp, and Jesse, the body Ventura, says, don't you notice you're walking with a limp? And this guy goes, no, I'm not walking with a limp. What are you talking about? It's real. So when you see all of these school shootings and all of this, you know, Catcher with the Rye and the conspiracy movie with Mel Gibson, it's real. They killed John Lennon. He spoke of peace and unity. They killed Charlie Kirk. He spoke of peace and unity. Whether they're breaking out of the occult or not, it doesn't matter. Govern meant. Govern, to control, meant. Metanoia, mind. Government, mind control. Wakey, wakey. Hi, Mike. Insomniac, yeah. So, Mike, I just noticed, if you watch Steve Fletcher's video, by the way, there's confirmation of your eclipse ritual. It's just amazing. Yeah, Charlie Kirk was a good man. Absolutely. Yeah. Great to see you. You did see it? Yeah. So, Charlie Kirk was a good man. If not, he was speaking good things. And whether the British guy, I forgot his name now. He's got a 33 tattoo on his shoulder there, on his wrist. Whether these controlled oppositions are actually given their life to Christ or not, we'll never know. Russell Brand, that's the guy. He says, oh, I gave my life to Christ. Which Christ? You know, he's got a 33 number written on his wrist. If Joe Rogan said he gave his life to Christ, how would I ever know? Which Christ? If Justin Bieber says, yeah, I've been to the Dark Ages, I've been to P. Diddy parties, I've done a lot of not so good stuff, but I gave my life to Christ, which Christ? It doesn't matter your sports stars, your rock stars, what they think and which Christ they gave their life to. It matters what you think. And you are told to trust no man. Walk the narrow way. Seek him in a quiet, humble, contrite heart. Who cares what Russell Brand thinks? There he is with his toothpick on P. Diddy's plane saying, oh yeah, I'm going to go to one of his parties and get the egg up the butt. And if you pass the test with egg up the butt, I guess you get some baby oil and you get to hang out and you become famous and rich. It's all Mossad. It's all controlling people. Oh, you came to a P. Diddy party, you had sex with a bunch of people that were unconscious? Awesome, we videotaped it. Now you're going to do what we tell you to do. Oh, you went to Epstein Island and had sex with children with somebody who's not your wife or your husband? Now we're blackmailing you. You're either bought and paid for, or you're manipulated through blackmailing. That you've done such horrible stuff that they have this over you that you must do what they tell you to do. And if you finally want to break out from it, say, you know what, I don't care to the true Messiah, the Mashiach, come and kill me because I give up. I'm not part of your puppetry anymore. Then they kill you. Then they take you out. So double slit experiment. It's one or the other. Maybe he started off real and then he got infiltrated and he said, I'm done. And they decided to kill him. Maybe he was always Mossad. Charlie Kirk, that is. We'll never know. We are to operate in faith and judge no one. That Charlie Kirk had a message. And his message was getting more and more powerful. And maybe the adverse effect took place. Don't forget yourself in all of this. Don't get lost and don't forget yourself in all of this theater of war that you forget who you are. Everybody here, 459 people in the chat. Let me ask you something. Do you know who you are? Do you remember who you are and when you were born and what you were when you were born and how society changed you and manipulated you? I do. He brought remembrance to me, my first love. He brought remembrance to me. And then I realized, I've always been this way. No wonder why I didn't fit in. I forgot who I was. I let the bullies and the evil people of this world make me think that I don't belong, that I was weird, that it didn't make sense. And I realized, wait a minute here. I was about to fall for the lie, and then he brought it to my memory. He said, Todd, do you remember you're always that young guy trying to help people, that you cared about everybody and everything, and you loved everybody, and now you're starting to get jaded and angry. Remember who you used to be? And I was like, oh, yeah, I do. Because, well, that's the way I created you. That's the way you were created. So now that you remember who you really are again, now go back out there and do what you were born to do. Love. Help. Be light of the world. Alleluia. 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 Not halal, alleluia. Halal being Lucifer. Alleluia. Right? Oh, Mike Hausgo. I got some trolls, yeah. What's in your cup, Todd? It was a cappuccino. It's the only last piece of Superman memorabilia I have left. I destroyed all my Superman stuff. Yes. I didn't buy a Trump Bible. I would never buy a Trump Bible. I encourage you all to get a copy of the Sefer. Let me finish this video. I've got a friend coming. I've got some commerce I've got to take care of. Okay. So this is the Sefer. Kirk. Yeah. Here's the troll. Kirk is your daddy, Charlie. Yeah. So this is the Sefer. The Sefer is what I would encourage everybody to get a copy of. The Aleph and the Tav, the real scripture, all of the hidden texts brought back in and in order. The Book of Enoch, Jasher, Beldragon, with all the original names. Listen, we have very little time left. Get a copy of the Sefer. Get a copy of the Sefer. There isn't much time left. This book will be banned soon. The King James Version is a good book, but it's been redacted. Okay, the King James book's been redacted. Now, let me just show you this. These people that have done this evil deed, it doesn't matter how you look at it. The Bible contradicts itself 144 times. There is no contradiction, only misinterpretation. And depending on which Bible you're speaking of, maybe perhaps the New King James Version is. But make no mistake about it, the original Ethiopian texts and the Dead Sea Scrolls match. And if you get to know your Father, you realize there's no contradiction ever in his word, only confirmation, a jot and a tittle. Right? Yeah. It's Tony Stark. Gosh. So I only still have 187 in the chat. So most likely I'm in this echo chamber. And so be it. For those people that are real, you are blessed. Am I saved? You betcha. Yeah. Hi, Eric. Great to see you. How do I make my money? I'm a welder. I weld for a living. Now, this is ironic. I got my laptop and it won't start. Yeah. Hi, Marianne. Yeah. Yeah. You've had lucid dreams? Hi, King's Kid. You don't want a Trump Bible. You really don't. I don't think, anyway. I'm just opening up my computer here. I'm going to show you. Oh my goodness. Wow. I am so censored. It's crazy. Oh, it's actually going to work. Oh, wow. Okay. What's my hair routine? I wash it. That's it. Yeah, that's my thing. It's what I do. I like. Did you say you lied? I was just saying I'm gonna do the same. Yeah. Yes, I would get a copy of the Sefer. So, once again, this Sefer, you could go on to sefer.net, and for those people that are joking about the Trump Bible, trust me on this. This is what you need to know. Halal. If you read the preface on the actual Sefer Academy, it'll tell you why all of the words were put back in the proper thing. Oh, how you have fallen from heaven, O Halal, the son of the howling morning, how you were cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations. Every single reference is in here in the preface because you would see why they were put back in and why a good book to purchase, because it goes back to all of the different texts and tells you why it was taken out, why it was put back in, because you have to understand that it was taken out by evil people who redacted a book and kept hidden from you the truth. Now, let me show you just some truth, okay? Yes, William, I do believe. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to just show you a couple of the things. Okay, number one, you could take this any way you want, but this is reality, okay? Jonathan, oh my goodness. Jonathan Kleck's video of this. Look at that computer act up. So there's a Star of Baphomet at the site. Now, the other thing that should be known is it's also the menorah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the menorah. Any way you look at it, when you watch Jonathan Kleck's videos, you're going to see that. Now, the other one that needed to be talked about is Joseph Aquaviva. If you're still here, Joseph, this is your channel. If you're here, say hello still. If you're not, that's understandable. Charlie Kirk, Ritual Decoded. He's got all of these different codes that you could look at and judge for yourself. I'm not saying anything bad about Charlie Kirk. I don't speak ill of the dead. But the number 6 and 33 with the murder and the ritual murder, you have to understand it's real. The book is called The Sefer. It's by Dr. Stephen Pidgeon and the Sefer Academy. And it is an absolute brilliant book. And I would encourage you all to get a copy. Was it a ritual? In my opinion, absolutely a ritual. Whether he was innocent or not, I don't know. I will never know. But I want to point this out again. For those people that are good with Google Earth, type in Hornsby and mystery. When I go here, you have to understand, we're going to look at this very briefly.
North and southwest edges also.
Everything's pointing at the Vatican. Everything lines up with the Vatican. It's in the shape of a snake. That's the head of the snake. Go watch Hornsby Island Mystery, and you tell me, and if anybody's good at Google, that the ritual murder of Charlie Kirk will be perfectly lined up with something. I guarantee you that. I absolute guarantee you that's what you're going to find when you start looking at this exact spot of the ritual murder. Now, I've got to go. I've got a meeting. Okay. Okay, everybody, listen, I got to go. I'm coming back tonight, so we'll see you tonight, okay? May you all be blessed. May this message find you. Do some research. Look at this stuff. I'll be back tonight. Blessings to everyone. Thank you, moderators.